Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I want to go over what I saw on the London session on Thursday, June 6th. When we came to the charts, this dark gray area is 3 a.m. When I came to the charts looking at what's been going on, I see that we cleared a short-term low here. Didn't quite take this swing low out here, but it did come down here. So price comes up. Takes out a little bit of swing high here, comes back down. There's nothing to trade into. There's no fair value gaps. There's nothing. I wouldn't consider this a market structure shift anyway. I'm actually looking for this. Price comes up and it does take that out. There's your market structure shift. Why do I call that a market structure shift? Well, you could use this swing high. It is one candle lower and on each side, so that is a swing high. Okay, if you went to here, you'd see that there would be a peak there. Okay, but the problem is I like the major swing points. I've been caught in deep drawdown because of taking these smaller swing highs as a market structure shift and been burned too often. So I like the major swing high. This is a major swing high, obviously, that took out the catalyst that took out the swing low, right? It took out this swing low, so it came down here. That's the swing high that I want to use. Okay, so there's your market structure shift. Looking left, what do you see? Well, right here is the volume imbalance. And from here to here is a fair value gap. Mark that on the chart here. Right there, do you see it? So price comes in, it respects it, comes through it by one tick, and then stops on it again. You're taking your order as it comes into the volume balance and the fair value gap. Where would your stop go? Below the first candle of the fair value gap, one tick below. Aim for 5 handles right up here. So you'd get in right there. There's your draw on liquidity. Let's see what that is here. Draw on liquidity is up here. Okay, let's go back over here. Alright, so you got out there if you went for 5 handles. Now, could you have hit your target right here if you're aiming for that? Yes, you could have right there at 4:23 a.m. So a little bit into the next hour, you would have hit your target. You could have actually gotten 10 handles had you just waited up here further. Right up here would have taken you out right there. But either way, that's your silver bullet session trade for Thursday, June 8th. Now let's look at the AM silver bullet session on June 8th. Okay, so right now this is the 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the AM session ICT silver bullet hour. The gray is the 10 to 11 a.m. So when you come to the chart, what do you see first? Well, first thing we see is a short-term low being cleared. See a market structure shift right there. Looking left, what do we see? We see a fair value gap right there. Price comes in. We take our trade. We aim for this low here. 10 handles is above this. Where you're really targeting the new week opening gap. That's your real drawn liquidity. You got 10 handles right here. If you went through up here, you got 18. Right, we're just shooting for 10. And 10 would have got you out right there. So we see short-term high here being taken out. You see a fair value gap right here. And you see you get in right there. Where would your stop go? Below the first candle. Aim for 10. Your real draw is the new week opening gap. But you get 10 handles right there. And there's your trade. As it gets out, you got out right there for 10 handles. And then you could get out right there for 10 handles. But your draw was the new week opening gap, which are these two purple dashed lines right here. That's your drawn liquidity. That was the AM session silver bullet for June 8th. Now let's look at the PM session silver bullet setup for June 8th. Okay, so this is the 2 to 3 p.m. silver bullet session for June 8th. These purple dashed lines are the new week opening gap. I just want to so you know where you're at. And this dark gray line is the 2 p.m. Light gray is the 1:30. So this is 1:30 to 2. This is before the silver bullet session. So looking left to see what happened here, we see that we have a short-term low being taken out right here. Then we see a market structure shift. This is a market structure shift because this is the swing high that was the catalyst that took out the swing low. And then when it came back up and trades through it, that's a market structure shift. Looking left, what do we see? We see a fair value gap right here. The problem is, for taking it right here, is it's before the 10 o'clock hour. Okay? So you can take it. It's still tradable. This is just not an ICT silver bullet. That isn't. Okay? However, ICT does say that you can take a silver bullet trade using a fair value gap that is earlier than the silver bullet hour. So keeping that in mind, we see that there is a short-term high here being taken out. We see that a short-term high here is being taken out. So as price comes back down, I'm hoping it hits this fair value gap and I can get into this trade. We take that trade right there where we get in when it comes in, and our stop goes below one tick below this, which is actually right here. One tick below that. And you'd aim for 10 handles, right? Sure. Well, your first buy side liquidity would be right here. So that'd be your first target, and that would be 7 3/4 handles. Okay, your next target would be up here, which was another 15-minute buy side liquidity draw. If you took your fib and threw it from this swing low to this swing high right here, you're right at equilibrium. So you're right just under in discount to go long, which is what you want to be in. So you'd want to enter right here at the fair value gap, hopefully consequent encroachment, but it's a good trade because it's in 50%. Ideally, you'd want to come back further, but there are no other PD arrays right here other than an order block that you can get in, you could use. But this fair value gap works. It worked. It worked great. And you have easily shoot for 10 handles. 5 handles is right here, which would have been aiming for this swing high. Okay, right here. So you easily got that. And then you actually get your 10. So that is your PM silver bullet. Very clean setup. Even using the fib for confirmation that you're in a discount to go long, that's a good trade. So those are your 3 sessions, your silver bullet sessions for June 8th.